In today's video, I'll show you what to pay attention to when packing and how to tattoo a perfectly saturated area. I'm using a 13 soft edge Magnum running at 8 volts with a stroke of 3.9 millimeters, and I let the needle stick out of the cartridge about this far. In my opinion, Ganga Black from Dynamic is the best black, which is why we're using it for this tattoo. It's important to always shake the ink well before use. Today, I'm working with the Fold Pro from Dragonhawk. You can find all products in the video description. With the code FANITATTOO, you save 10% on your order. At the beginning, I'm very careful and first check how well the skin takes the ink. And as you can see, it already looks very good. Because I work with very fast circular motions, the needle hits many different spots in a short amount of time, which is extremely important for solid saturation. At the same time, however, I only move forward very slowly, and I'll explain why that matters a bit later. I deliberately pause for a moment here to show you that it's completely normal for the tattoo to bleed slightly. To fill a solid area properly, you really need patience. Many people underestimate how difficult solid packing actually is, simply because it looks easy. I'll do my best to make sure that after this video, you clearly understand how to do it yourself. Even though I move forward very slowly, I still go back and forth repeatedly, just to make sure that every single spot in the skin is fully saturated. I also leave the video running in real time on purpose so you can get a realistic feeling for how long it actually takes to achieve a solid fill. As you know, I always explain things in a beginner-friendly way. So now we're switching to pen and paper. This axis moves slowly, and this one moves quickly. If you can remember this tip, you've understood the concept of packing. And here you can see the same technique again in practice. Packing feels a bit like driving on the highway at only 5 miles per hour. Almost every tattoo beginner works too fast at this stage, and because of that, the result usually isn't solid. To make as little needle texture visible as possible, I do a quick second pass over the area. Now I'll show you what it looks like if I don't do that. Here you can still see small areas that are not 100% saturated, and the needle texture is clearly visible. Once healed, this would be even more noticeable. That's why I go over this area again, so it looks just as clean as the other parts I've already filled. For the edges, I switched to a 9-round shader, also running at 8 volts while keeping the same stroke. The technique stays exactly the same as with the Magnum needle, fast circular motions combined with very slow forward movement. As an experienced tattoo artist, you can also work directly up to the edges using a Magnum needle, but that requires a lot of practice. To make sure the transition into the larger filled area isn't visible, the two areas should slightly overlap. It's extremely important that the skin is always stretched properly. The better the skin is stretched, the easier it takes the ink. It also makes a difference which needle you use, because the more needles you have, the more pressure is required. If the plastic housing of the cartridge rubs over open skin, it only causes unnecessary trauma. I let the needle do the work, not the cartridge. Now I switch back to the 13 soft edge Magnum to fill the small area in the center. If this area were larger, I would of course choose a bigger needle. A tattoo is essentially a wound, which is why it's very important to always give your client clear and precise aftercare instructions. A fully packed area needs much more care than, for example, a thin line. And this is what the finished tattoo looks like. I hope this video was helpful for you. If you liked it, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos. And if you're interested in how I tattoo realistic designs on real skin, feel free to check out this video right here.